top White House advisor on the defensive on the growing calls for an independent investigation into national security leaks. Security advisor David Plouffe telling Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday that the president is committed to fighting terrorism and would never compromise that.
These are the folks who've waged just a relentless and effective effort against al-Qaeda and its leadership. We've decimated most of the top leadership, including bin Laden. These national security information is so critical for a president and his administration making the right decisions. Nobody takes it more seriously than the President of the United States.
Forgive me, sir, it's a yes or no question. Did the president declassify any of this information?
No, of course he did. Of course he did.
He did not,
No.
Okay.
Sally Kohn is a Fox News contributor, and Ford O'Connell is chairman of the Civic Forum PAC and a former outreach director for Senator John McCain's presidential campaign, and they both join us now with some more insight. Thanks for joining us, first of all.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Heather.
So, Sally, no, of course he didn't. Of course he did not. Those are the words from David Plouffe, President Obama's senior advisor. But will the American people believe him? And if the president doesn't get this leak scandal under control, how will it affect him?
Well, I think we're kind of jumping to conclusions here to already call it a scandal. I mean, first of all, I want to draw an important distinction between providing information that was previously not public as sources to journalists, which happens every day. That's the sort of nuts and bolts of good investigative reporting, and leaking classified information. There's a huge difference. So clearly here, some members of the administration, possibly without the administration's permission or against, in fact, their wishes, went and leaked information that was not previously known publicly. That's very different than accusing the administration of intentionally leaking classified information for political gains. There's frankly no evidence of that, and it's moreover a very insulting charge for the President of the United States.
Ford, what's your take?
Sally's on the defensive like David Plouffe. The question here is whether or not this information was classified, and even if it wasn't classified, given the sort of sources and methods used, was it something that could endanger current or future operations? If that is proven to be the case, which I don't think it will, because we're not going to have an independent counsel, President Obama could be in real trouble in November, because basically he's nakedly politically pandering in an effort to play up his national security credentials.
Well, you know, it's funny. Ford is making a whole set of assumptions that a certain set of things did happen here, and that is the point of an investigation, to find out if, in fact, they did. You know, this is very different, for instance, from the case of Valerie Plame, where the minute that information hit the public, we knew that was classified information. That was decisively and clearly classified information that was only known by a set of political figures, and that was clearly released for political reasons to hurt her husband. That was an open and shut case. This looks to me, and I think looks to most people who are good, sound journalists and investigative reporters, like careful stories pieced together over months and years from a number of sources that didn't involve classified information.
So Sally, wait a minute, Ford, hold on. I want to jump in here, though, because members of Congress, they are taking this very seriously, much more seriously than, Sally, you seem to think it is. Some even calling for, as Ford mentioned, a special counsel to be appointed to investigate it. Let's listen to Senator Joe Lieberman.
Frankly, I think Attorney General Holder would do the administration and himself a favor if he appointed special counsels in this case, because it would remove any appearance that anybody in the administration was trying to block a full-scale investigation and protect anybody in the administration who may have leaked.
So this is quickly, both of your takes. Ford, you go first.
Senator Lieberman's absolutely right. If the administration wants to sort of, nip this in the butt, what it'll do is it'll essentially put out a special counsel. They obviously have something to hide, and they're trying to run out the clock between now and Election Day. The question is whether or not more will come out.
Sally?
Look, the Attorney General has already appointed two U.S. attorneys, including independent-minded Republican,
his supervision,
to investigate this, number one. And number two, this is sort of the classic Republicans trying to make a mountain out of a molehill and saying, oh, no, something's really wrong here, and sort of trying to blow smoke.
That's why Dianne Feinstein and other Democrats are calling for accountability here as well. So you are really downplaying this.
Where Ford and I can agree, and I think where the President and where Senator Feinstein and all have come down quite clearly, is if there was a leak of classified information, then we should all be outraged and there should be criminal charges. That's clear. But look, this happens all the time. This is investigative journalism. The government always investigates.
Sally, have to wrap you up. Ford, have to wrap you up. Thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Heather.
Thank you.